Hi everybody, my name's Victoria and I'm going to give a quick tutorial today on how to draw in Adobe Illustrator using the brush tool. So the first thing that you need to know is that to make your brush larger or smaller, you use the left and right bracket. Right is going to make it bigger, left will make it smaller. I'll change the diameter of your brush. If you ever draw something that you don't like or a line that you don't like, if you click Command Z, it will undo the last thing you just did. If you don't like a lot of things you did, if you continue to click Command Z, it'll undo everything. So I like to start with doing a fairly quick outline of what I want to color in, basically. To erase any lines that you don't like, you press Shift E, which will give you the eraser. Again, just follow the part of the line that you don't want and it will disappear. So next we're going to label this first layer. I'm going to call it Outline, create another layer, move it underneath my original layer, and I'm just going to label it Color. So to select a color, you want to go to the left of the screen where there's the outline of the box, double click it. It'll bring up a color palette. You pick whatever color you'd like to use, still using the brush tool, and you can begin coloring. What I like to do is hold Shift and then draw a line at the bottom, just so I have that almost hard line as to where I know I shouldn't color over, just so that it looks a little neater. And then once I have the hard line at the bottom, I like to outline whatever it is I'm coloring with that specific color, so one, I won't forget, and two, I can be color messier because I'll have that extra bit of padding. So I follow this step through with everything that I color, outlining as I go, and then I'll color it in. To change the color, you just click on the square again and you can pick whatever color you want, move the shader or move the circle around, and you can select the different shades and tints that we have. And then if you ever don't know what specific color you used the first time, if you click Command I, it'll give you the eyedropper. You click on whatever color that you're looking for and it'll automatically take that color, so you can continue to use it without having to try and find it or find the best match because you don't remember the color name or number. So I'll meet you guys back once we've completely colored her in. Alright, and we have completely colored in this person. Now what we're going to do is select the skin tone color and go move it a shade or a couple shades darker. This is what you can use to create a bit of a shadow detail for them. Just think of normal places it would be inside the ears, under the nose, along the nose, underside of the chin, maybe on the shoulder where the hair is, definitely around the neck area, collarbones. Yeah. And then you'll do the same thing with her hair. You'll pick her hair color and then you'll move it a couple shades darker and just kind of go in the areas where it should be darker. So definitely under her bangs, maybe on the underside of the little points, around her ear, before her ear, just where you think they should be, really. Alright, I'm going to create another layer called Border. What you want to do is go to the right, pick the square. You can also go Command M, but I like going to the square, bringing out the drop-down menu and taking the rounded edged square just because I find it softer. And you want to draw it around your character and then go up to the top where it says strokes, and you want to just put it as high as you want until you get the thickness that you want. We're going to move that layer to the top. It's going to be over everything. Then we'll create another layer. We're going to move it to the very bottom and we'll label it background. And right now we'll just leave it white or plain. Alright, so next we're going to go to Google. I want this as she looks like a mermaid. I'm going to put her under the water just because it's going to be fun for me. So what you want to do is bring up Google. You want to type in underwater, and when you bring up, or when Google brings up the pictures, you want to go to the very end. A little too far. You want to go to the end under Tools, Usage Rights, and you want it to be labeled for reuse. These are basically copyrighted pictures that can be reproduced and reused, which is what you want. So you want to select it, save the image as whatever you want to call it. I'm going to call it Seabed and save it to the desktop. And then what you want to do is, once it's on the desktop, drag it into Adobe Illustrator and it'll automatically snap to the back layer, which is what we're currently on, or which is what we're just going to switch to. And then you just want to go in with the arrow, which is going to be Command V, and you can resize the picture so that it'll fit behind your character. Make sure everything fits. It's all good. Alright, so last thing, we're going to make another layer and we're going to put it at the very top. It's going to be border decorations. So I'm a very large fan of mermaids. I really like shells and almost everything to do with the ocean. So I'm going to draw a couple shark eye shells and I'm going to use them as decoration in the bottom corner. So what you want to do is pick your color again and go in with the brush tool, draw your spiral, and then you want to create another layer, put it underneath or in between border decorations and border. I'm going to call it border decoration colors, and that's where you're going to color in the shell. Then to get it to group, you want to go Command V. You want to draw a square around the entire shell, and then you want to right click and where it says group, you want to click group. It'll group all of the coloring that you did and the outline together so you can move it as a whole. If you ever want to change a color, you first of all, always make a copy so you have the original. Make a copy, which is Command C, go Command V for a copy, paste, and then you want to bring it over and if you want to draw this box around it, and under group it'll say ungroup. You want to click ungroup, then you can go in with the eyedropper, select the outline, change the color, and then go in with the eyedropper again, select the colored inside, and then you can change the color that way as well. It's really easy, it's really nice and quick. So we're going to save it. It's going to save as an AI file, and then we're going to export it. So you want to go File, Export. It's pretty simple. Export, I always do it to the desktop first, so it's going to be easy for me to find it after, and then I move it to whatever file I want. And then this will be your finished product. I hope that this made drawing on the computer a little less scary than what you thought it would be. Happy drawings!